Hello students, welcome to LFI Educates. So in this video, we're going to start with another chapter, that is chapter 2, the sound of music. So under this chapter, there are two parts. The first part is Evelyn Glennie, written by Deborah Cowley, and the second part, it's about Bismillah Khan. So let's get into the lesson. So as I've mentioned, this chapter is divided into two parts. Both deals with the aspects of music and the legendary musicians who achieved excellence in their respective fields. So the first part is about Evelyn Glennie, who in spite of being deaf, earned a name in the field of playing xylophone. Now in the second part, we come to know about Bismillah Khan, a Shehnai maestro who has achieved excellence in the field of playing Shehnai. Yeah, he was awarded Bharat Ratna in 2001 in recognition of his contribution in the field of music. So both Evelyn Glennie and Bismillah Khan, they are inspiring musicians who have motivated many people. Let's go to part 1. Evelyn Glennie listens to music without hearing it. So this part is about a Scottish girl named Evelyn Glennie. She was very fond of music and wanted to make it her life. Evelyn, she lost her sense of hearing. It was first noticed when she was 8 years old. Evelyn Glennie had gradually lost the sense of hearing since she was 8. Her mother, Isabel Glennie, recalls how when she was waiting to play the piano one day, she didn't move even though her name was called. So Isabel, her mother, then realized that her daughter was unable to hear. By 11 years, she was completely deaf due to nerve damage. Evelyn was not discouraged. She didn't give up hope and never looked back. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day, she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. Now, most of the teacher discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes encouraged her. Ron Forbes observed her potential after Evelyn was rejected by most of the music teachers. He started by tuning two large drums to different notes. He advised her to listen to the sound in some other way, but not through her ears. Evelyn then realized that she could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. When Ron repeated the practice, it was discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. So Evelyn could feel the different notes of the drum in her body. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. She traveled the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. Evelyn auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of Academy. She gradually left the orchestral work and started giving solo performances. At the end of her 3-year course, she had received most of the top awards. Evelyn functions with ease even without hearing. She did not miss a single word in a 2-hour-long discussion. Explaining how she understood and interpreted words even without hearing, she laughed and said that the men with bushy beards gave her trouble. In that case, she must watch the whole face, especially the eyes and not just the lips. She speaks in a flawless Scottish accent. She explains that she has a clear speech because she could hear till the age of 11 years. Moreover, she had also managed to learn French and mastered basic Japanese. So how does Evelyn senses music? She explains that music flows through every part of her body. It tingles in her skin, her cheekbones, and even in her hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. By leaning against the drum, she can feel the resonances flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibration passes through her bare feet and up her legs. Now, if you go and see her performances in the YouTube, her videos, you will see that she always go barefoot while performing on the stage. Evelyn is a perfect example that disability cannot stop a person to achieve if he or she is determined and works hard towards it. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped, people who look to her and say, if she can do it, I can. She has inspired the disabled who look up to her as an icon and as a symbol of hope. So, Evelyn, she has earned many awards and rewards. Above all, she has given enormous pleasure to millions of people. Part 2. The Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Panji was banned and then revived. Emperor Aurangzeb had banned the playing of a musical instrument called panji in the royal residence, as it had a shrill and unpleasant sound. A barber of a family of professional musicians, they decided to improve the tonal quality of the panji. So the barber played the improved instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed. The instrument had to be given a new name. As the story goes on, since it was first played in the Shah's chamber and was played by a nai, meaning a barber, the instrument was named the Shehnai. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious, meaning lucky, and for this reason, it is still played in the temples and is a very important component of any North Indian wedding. In the past, the Shehnai was part of the Naubat or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal courts. The credit of bringing this instrument onto the classical stage, it goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Let's look at Bismillah Khan's musical background. So Bismillah Khan belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather, father, and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. Bismillah Khan was fascinated at watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. He started accompanying his uncle Ali Box, and slowly he started getting lessons in playing the instrument. He would sit practicing throughout the day. Now the flowing water of the Ganga, it inspired him to put together and create ragas or the notes that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of the Shehnai. With the opening of the All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's big break. He soon became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. Now the film director Vijay Bhatt was so impressed after hearing him play at the festival that he named a film after the instrument called Gunj Uti Shehnai. Bismillah Khan received international recognition and many prestigious awards. He was the first Indian who was invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in the USA. Ustad Bismillah Khan, he received the coveted national awards like the Padma Shri, the Padma Bhushan and the Padma Vibhushan. He was awarded India's highest civilian award, that is the Bharat Ratna, in 2001. It was a moment of rare happiness for him. Despite traveling to many countries, he was exceedingly fond of Banaras and Damraud, and they remained for him the most wonderful towns of the world. So he had himself deep rooted in the Indian soil. Now, when one of his students requested him to head a Shehnai school in the USA by promising to replicate Banaras for him, Bismillah Khan rejected the offer, saying that he could never transport the holy Ganga over there. So he refused the position in America, saying that he cannot find the Ganga there. Whenever he was traveling abroad, his heart kept aching for his homeland. Now that shows that he has a deep love for his motherland. His life stands as a glaring example of the rich Indian culture and heritage. On 21st August 2006, Ustad Bismillah Khan breathed his last after a prolonged sickness. The maestro was given a state funeral, and the Indian government declared one day of mourning for the nation's loss. Alright, so that is the end of this chapter. I hope you have learned something. So I'll be seeing you in the next video. Till then, take care.